The engineering deck is really two areas, one a maze, the other filled with monster obstacles. It's hard not to think of the Minotaur as you are stalked by hybrids who patrol the area, seemingly oblivious to the radiation. Outside of the maze, things are rather linear, but you're really hit with challenges as you go on. The first level had been an introduction to the terror that you faced, but this area really lets you know that just because you're out of that doesn't mean that it's over, that you know how to handle these things. The message to you at this point is that you face not just the hybrids and monkeys, but the ship itself is out to get you. Xerxes is doing more than tracking you with cameras or employing the odd turret. There are turrets all over the place, along with self-destructing protocol robots and large, solidly constructed maintenance robots equipped with a ranged attack. Not only does this serve as a reminder that you can't become complacent just because you outwitted some monkeys and brain-controlled freaks, but also that the very ship is actively working against you. And yet you're down here in order to fix the ship. You have to hope that your actions that are empowering the enemy are going to ultimately pay off in greater empowerment for yourself. There's also a bit of a tonal shift with this. Medical science was poorly lit, lending it the sense of abandoned house filled with monsters, while engineering is almost entirely very well lit, but filled with cameras and turrets. Instead of instilling a sense of what could be in here with me, it's there's nowhere you can hide from me. The scene where you are mentally transported to the realm of the many's mind is well placed. First level, it would have been overwhelming. But now we're into the world of System Shock 2 enough to get a handle on things. It's as early as it can be placed to provide us with the image of our enemy's true form, the grotesque innards filled with the many servants, and giving us the scope of just how large our adversary is. It also works in conjunction with that idea that you are helping restore a ship that is actively working against you. In effect, you are in the belly of a different beast at the moment, one of metal, but just as determined to see you brought to an end. More of the monkey story is filled in through audio logs by Mason, who incidentally is actually the OSA agent that was following that lady around, not our hero. He's a bit of a narcissist, but he's no stalker. This guy was the first one to recognize that the monkeys were capable of psionic abilities, recommending that they be either frozen until they return to Earth, or just disposed of now. But either way, continuing to let them remain active would be too dangerous. Unlike us humans, they weren't even using a device to direct their psi energy. They were just doing it using their tiny little monkey minds. It suggests that the telepathic influence of the many was capable of helping them untap that potential well before the Von Braun ever arrived. If that's the case, it's implied that the many may be able to create minions with far greater psionic abilities. The character of Delacroix was briefly established on the first level, but here the importance of her role is made abundantly clear, along with the first of several instances with her as your ghost partner, preparing eventualities that you will see to fruition in thwarting humanity's enemies. Near the end is the attack by the cyborg midwife, much like how the maintenance robot shows up at the end of the first level. Each one is a preview of the more common threat awaiting you on the next level. Hints are also being dropped about strange activity taking place on Deck 3, the hydroponics area. Just to mention that the area is being evacuated and access restricted by those in charge, helping to establish that something is amiss there, something that's probably essential to the many's plans. We'll discover more of what that is in our next part, Hydroponics.